Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Neil. I'm joined here with Kale. Usually we do a hockey podcast, but if you're hearing this, then you might be surprised. You might be surprised. This is our Havin a Yak podcast. We do this.
They don't happen enough.
Yeah, people really like them. Our focus is the hockey podcast first, but we do this other podcast, Havin a Yak, on a second channel, and we just release it all in one channel as far as audio. So if you're an audio-only listener, you might be a little confused if you haven't heard one of these before, but we did do one recently, a couple of weeks ago, and we usually do these quite a bit in the off-season, and it's basically, it's a podcast about life. It's just questions. It's basically just chatting, just talking about whatever. Could be aliens, could be what would you do in this situation, what's your favorite food, yada, yada, yada. So I have a bunch of questions prepared here. So you're going to fill in for Brent. Brent usually joins me for these videos.
Big shoes to fill.
They are big shoes to fill. Yeah, he's off traveling the world, so you're the man in the hot seat today.
Uh-oh.
So I have 13 questions prepared for you. You have no idea what these questions are,
No.
so your answers will be on the spot and hopefully not embarrassing. I like to embarrass people a little bit on this specific podcast, but I'll try to keep it a little bit tame, but we'll see. Okay, so the first question that I have is, if you were on a plane and it was falling out of the sky and you knew you were going to die, would you scream or would you be silent?
I like to think I'd be silent, so I'm going to say that. I hope I'd be silent. I just die in peace the way I live my life.
Peace.
I'm a very quiet person, you know, so I think I would try to keep my calm, although my pants would probably be a mess. I'm not going to lie.
If there was, say there's an old lady sitting next to you.
Yeah.
She is just losing her mind. Like, she's screaming through the roof. Would that annoy you? Or would you try and comfort her? Or
No, I wouldn't really have time to comfort her. It would probably fall pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, what if you had what if it was a slow fall? It was kind of like gliding down with...
Well, that I'd tell her to shut up.
Yeah, would you really?
Yeah, like, calm down, lady. We still have a few seconds here.
I want to die in peace.
Yeah, literally. Like, just keep it to yourself. We're all in the same boat.
I do the same thing. I'd try to be quiet.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be the person that screamed.
No. You'd have enough of that. You don't... Pilots are still trying to save the plane. Don't distract them.
Exactly, yeah. I agree. Okay, second question. If you woke up one morning and noticed that you were growing a tail, how long would it have to be before you told someone or went to a doctor?
Immediately. I would be very concerned.
I think I might wait a little bit.
Would you?
Yeah.
Why?
It depends on how long it takes to grow, and it depends on the kind of tail that it was. Like, if it was a tail that I could wag and stuff, I probably wouldn't go somewhere right away. I'd let it come in and then go. But
it might be harder to get rid of it once you let it grow in.
That's true.
Yeah, and then you're stuck with a tail.
But if I go too early, they'll just be like, yeah, I just have a really big tailbone or something.
You could make a new channel, Tail to Tail.
Tail to Tail. The Adventures of Neil with a tail. I think it might be kind of cool.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting if everyone had tails.
I'd rather have it happen now as an adult than as a kid. You'd be made fun of so much.
Oh, the nicknames would be crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
If it happened now, you could probably be a celebrity.
Oh, definitely.
You could start your own channel and you could go on some shows, yeah.
Ellen, here I come.
Ellen, yeah. Look at my tail, Ellen. Okay, question number 3. If you had to work but didn't need the money, what job would you do?
Ooh. Because if I was rich, and you didn't have to work, you still want to work to keep yourself busy, right?
We'll say in this situation that society demands everyone to work regardless of how much money you have. But you're rich, you're filthy rich, you don't need money whatsoever.
I'd want to work at a Jersey hockey store or something, or
just selling jerseys?
A nice little bar down in the Caribbean, bartending, making Mai Tais and mojitos all day.
What about a bar that was Jersey themed and all the workers wore jerseys? And
I wouldn't like that.
What?
No.
Why not?
As much as I love bartending, as much as I love hockey jerseys, I like keeping them separate. Bartending in a hockey jersey is not easy. I've done it, so I know from experience.
Oh. Wouldn't want to spill anything on the jersey either.
That too. Hockey jerseys in particular are the worst to work in because they are long-sleeved. Soccer jerseys or baseball jerseys, basketball, whatever, they're pretty easy to work in, but they're not as nice as hockey jerseys.
That's true.
Honestly, yeah. Give me a nice bar in the Caribbean or something. I'd be quite okay with that.
Have you been to the Caribbean before?
I've been to the Bahamas. I went there. I booked the ticket. It was just a trip for myself or whatever. And we went to British Columbia first to visit my mom. Had a week there because I haven't seen her in like 2 years, I think, at that point. Then we went down, or I just went down to the Caribbean by myself, and
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
had a nice 4-day vacation down there. It was expensive as hell.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't trade it. I came back so poor.
So if you had a bar down there, what theme of bar would it be? Would it be a Caribbean
A lot
themed
of
bar?
I think you would kind of have to. I would try to incorporate some whiskey in there as well, because it's not too big down in the Caribbean. It's mostly rum, vodka, tequila type stuff. But
But would you do anything Canadian, like a maple syrup, whatever?
no. I'd make my maple syrup whiskey sour that I like to do, but
There you go.
other than that, yeah.
Okay.
What about you? What are you doing if you have to?
I'd want to say pilot, but it's so complicated. Like, I don't think I'm smart enough to be a pilot.
I
so.
feel like that would probably go back to the first question. You would be flying the plane and you'd be falling out of the sky.
Exactly. That's the society that we would live in if this were true. I don't know. Like, I would want to be a pilot, but it's just there's so much stress that comes with it that I.
Okay, so are we talking then like dream job or realistic job though for this question? Because that could be two different answers.
So what's your dream job?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. You turned this back around on me.
Yes, I did.
I
don't know.
Stuntman.
Stuntman.
That would be.
That's dangerous.
I would love it. Jumping off high things, like.
You could be a stunt double. Who do you look like?
Who do I look like? I don't know.
You kind of look like. Who's the dude? I don't want this to sound mean, but you look like the less muscular version of Mad Max dude. He's also in a boxing movie. And,
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. You kind
I'll
of look like
take that.
Tom Hardy a little bit.
Do I? Is that true?
You kind of look Russian a little bit. I know you got some Russian roots in you. Tell me a little bit about that, actually.
We didn't know we were Russian. We always knew we were Scottish, and for the longest time we thought we were Italian. So my sister started doing a genealogy thing. Maybe about 10 years ago, we found out we were actually French, not Italian. So my dad spent his whole life thinking he was Italian.
Wow.
And right before he passed away, he found out he was French. And like he spoke Italian, he went to Italian
really
neighborhoods. He loved like the culture and everything about it. We found out we were French. We really embraced that part as well. And then my sister, about a year ago, found some more information. Now she's doing like a genealogy type thing. She wants to like do a book about it and everything as well. I think you said your dad was doing that.
Yeah, he's writing his own book.
Yeah.
About that
So we
too.
found out we were also a little bit Russian and Scandinavian. And my sister actually just yesterday narrowed it down to Norwegian.
Oh, Norwegian.
Yeah.
Do you know where in Russia, like specifically, or?
The middle, like kind of east area. So not too sure. Kind of more close to the Asia side, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure she'll figure that out. She's pretty smart. So
That's cool.
it is, yeah. It's really kind of cool to
Interesting.
see heritage and everything and lineage.
Hmm.
I'm really fascinated by it. So
Would you ever live in
Yes.
Russia?
Yeah.
Where in Russia would you live?
St. Petersburg, Novosibirsk, Omsk, Yaroslavl would be cool.
I think St. Petersburg would be an interesting
St.
place to live.
Petersburg, I
just
really want to
based on
visit
geography.
history.
So close to Finland. That's right,
Yeah.
like right there next to Helsinki.
Yep.
You're not that far away from Moscow. It's generally in a pretty good spot. So.
As long as it's not Oymyakov, which is, I think, the coldest city in the world or something.
Oh yeah, no, Ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
No. I don't know where how we got to talking about Russia, but I think I might be a boat captain,
Ooh, that'd be cool.
because it's like flying a plane, but you have more time to react to things.
Yes.
So I feel like that might
Less
be
dangerous.
Yeah, less dangerous. Weather is obviously an issue and stuff, but these big ships now can
Yeah.
kind of handle anything. So doing that, you'd see different parts of the world. You'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If I was a captain, I'd have my own captain's quarters, and
Of course.
yeah, that'd be epic.
Fancy.
That's definitely my answer.
That would be actually really cool.
Okay, next question. If you could choose one fast food chain to close, which would it be, and why?
Burger King.
What?
I love Burger King, but just put it out of its misery.
How dare
It's
you.
hanging on by a thread.
What about the Tender Crisp?
I love them. I love Burger King. Their burgers are one of the best burgers in.
And then how can you say to close them?
They just seem miserable.
They do.
They're
seem
closing
miserable.
down. I mean, they're just hanging on. Just put them out of their misery.
Oh, okay. Well, what fast food chain would you eliminate based on their food? Like, I don't like their food. I don't go there.
I'm not a big fan of like when you go to like Thai Express or something like that, or one of the kind of like Asian themed fast food places you see in the food court. Always get sick.
Have you ever had Panda Express?
I have not. Is that a food court one though? Well, I guess it would be.
I've
No,
seen it in food courts. But
yeah, I've never had it. Have you?
I had it for the first time when I was in Salt Lake City last year.
And did you like it?
It is amazing.
Really?
It was so good. I got like orange chicken or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so I've been here for about a week now, and it's really kind of creepy how similar me and him are for food.
Yeah.
We're both extremely, extremely, extremely picky eaters.
We
So
went.
to hear that you like Panda Express quite honestly surprises me.
You will like it. It's just chicken and some like sweet and sour sauce, a little bit on it, and rice. It was like I could eat it every day for the rest of my
Wow.
life. That's how good it was.
That's
So,
impressive. What chain would you close down?
Probably A&W just because I think they're overpriced.
Really?
Like,
I love A&W.
I don't mind the food, but like, ain't nobody got time to spend $13 on fast food. I'm too cheap for that. If I'm gonna eat fast food, it's gonna be
Yeah.
super cheap.
Okay, fair. It is pricey. It's a step above, I think, traditional fast food because I think their stuff is quality.
Oh, and also I hate their commercials. I hate the fact that they, at least in Canada,
Yeah.
they're probably different in the United States or wherever you're listening. But in Canada, they've got this bald dude who goes out in the street and
Gives samples.
samples, and
Yeah.
these clearly actors
Yeah.
and actresses are giving their
They're
opinions.
pretty
Yeah.
cringeworthy. I actually, A&W is really weird. I really hate all their new fancy looking restaurants. They're trying to be hipster and vegan friendly and everything.
Oh, I don't think I've seen.
And all the ones that I grew up with were like those 50 diner kind of vibes to them that I absolutely loved. But now they're changing, so maybe I might have to agree with you.
Interesting. Okay. You've been to Florida, right?
Yes, I have. The drive-through one?
Have you? No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you eaten at Johnny Rockets?
Yes, I have.
Do you like it?
I do.
Heck yeah, you
I
know
actually
what's
had
up.
that. I had that in the Bahamas. It was there when I was there.
Yeah, Johnny Rockets is awesome. Have you ever been on a cruise?
No, I really want to.
There's a ship called, and it's probably on a few, but there's a ship called Freedom of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. There's a Johnny Rockets on board.
Yeah.
You pay $5, and they just bring you whatever you want.
What?
You pay $5 up front, and
Wow.
they just bring you stuff.
$5.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
It's awesome.
That's the steal of the century.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're gonna go on a cruise, look for Freedom of the Seas.
Would you rather do a Caribbean cruise or an Alaskan cruise?
I've only done Caribbean cruises. I've done 4 cruises, all in the Caribbean. I really, really want to go on an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah.
Hopefully, sometime in the next 5 years, it would be awesome.
I would agree. I would probably rather do the Caribbean up front and then do the Alaskan one later, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I mean, I've been on 4. Obviously, I like them a lot in the
Yeah.
Caribbean. I'd like to do another one in the future. It was a pretty great experience. There's something about being on a boat in the middle of nowhere, especially at night when, like, if everyone else is asleep and you're
Kinda
just on the top
calming.
deck. It's so calming. You hear the waves crashing because
Yeah.
the boat's going through them. You can hear some music in the background from a bar or something like that. Usually outside they have a big screen TV where there's a new movie or something
Yeah.
playing, and you can sit in the hot tub pretty much by yourself and watch a movie in the middle of the ocean. Like
That's pretty cool.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
And
How's sleeping on there? Can you feel it, or is it calming? Or
it's so nice.
Yeah.
Like if I could sleep in a hammock, I probably would.
Yeah.
Without ruining my back, but sometimes the ship is still.
yeah,
You don't feel anything. When it's windy and there's some waves and stuff, you definitely feel. It's not like super tippy. It's not like this. It's just more like slow.
okay. Because that was the one
Like
thing I was
this.
kind of concerned about. Because you go on small boats and you can still sleep on them, you can feel them a lot
Mm-hmm.
more. So
No, it's also like you can feel it when it hits the waves. It's almost like a little bit of a jitter.
yeah,
And if you're near the engine room too, you get this little bit of a hum. If you're falling asleep, like I sleep with a fan on, I
Yeah.
like the white noise. So if I'm near the engine room, I can kind of hear that little bit of a hum, and then the rocking of the waves. I've never slept better. So
all right.
that's actually one reason why I love cruises so much, is because the sleeps are so great. Okay, the next question I have is, what are the unwritten rules at the place that you work?
Ooh,
Like for me, at my work, it's if you want to have take your lunch at 4 p.m., you can. If you want to take it at 10 a.m., you can. Like, you can kind of take your lunch whenever you want. So,
well, working in a bar, we're pretty much outlaws. We don't really.
There's no rules.
Especially as a bartender, I don't want to say we're above the servers or everyone else, but like, I don't know. I feel like we can get away with quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. You can probably have a little bit more risque conversations with people as well.
Absolutely. There's so many things that like guests or other servers or other bartenders will do that just irk us. I don't know what I can kind of think of off the top of my head, but yeah, there's some days. I'm very good at work though. Like I'll leave work and things don't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's sometimes in the moment where something will just like kind of set you off like that and
totally
not amuse you. But
so as a bartender, are you allowed to drink while at work? Like if you were serving someone and you gave them a shot and they were like, "Man, you got to do a shot with me," would you do a shot with them? Or can you?
You have to do it very discreetly.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone will buy a shot for us, where I work, some bars you can get hammered at work and it's completely acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked in bars where if you even touch liquor, you're out the door. You're done, written up, or fired. Where I work, it's okay, but do it discreetly. Go off into the corner or something. Put it in a pop glass so it doesn't look like you're, having a shot or something.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you can kind of hide it and as long as you're not getting hammered, you should be okay.
Are you allowed to like drink? If you wanted a pop, could you just pour yourself one and drink it, or would you pay for it? Or
no, I don't pay for it. I don't think we have to. I should actually ask, but
you should ask.
I probably would be afraid of the answer. There's been times like I'll have a Slurpee back there.
Mm-hmm.
I know I probably shouldn't have a Slurpee back there, but I'll still do it. So
what is a Slurpee?
Ooh, how do you describe this piece of heaven? It's just a frozen slush drink.
It's like a slushie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them, we don't have Slurpees out here.
No? Oh, yeah, you guys said you didn't have 7-Eleven.
We don't have any 7-Elevens, so.
It doesn't matter, at least not for me. Wherever you get it from, it's always going to be called a Slurpee.
Oh, see, it's a slushie out here.
Yeah.
Or some people call it a slush puppy, but.
We do have those, and I think if it's not 7-Eleven, they have to call it like a slushie or something, but I've just always called it that growing up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn? I know Mika's answer. It's a fanny pack. Like a wrestling belt.
I don't think he was embarrassed by that.
No,
though.
He loved it. It wasn't embarrassing at all for him.
There's probably some stuff when I was younger. So I could just say pretty much anything from age 5 to...
Those 90s colors.
Yeah, age 5 to 13 or something. But most recently... I went to a trip on Florida, and I bought a really cool-looking Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, snap.
And it was a really nice-looking shirt. Mm-hmm. I just bought, like, a triple extra large, though. I didn't have the concept of dressing nice at the time and having, good style and everything.
Yeah.
And make sure the fit was perfect and everything. And looking back at the pictures, I'm like, my God, the shirt just eats me.
Can you show me those pictures after this?
I think my auntie might have one on her Facebook. I think I tried to get rid of all of them.
I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing.
And the shame is it was actually a very nice looking shirt, but just way too big. And walking around, I'm like thinking I'm hot garbage here or hot shit or something, whatever you want to say. And I'm just like, oh man, all the girls are checking me out. Little did I know it was for the wrong reasons.
It's for the wrong reasons. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
This guy's a loser.
Could I also maybe throw in, I tried on the Calgary Flames third jersey?
Oh, that does not count.
I was embarrassed by that.
No, that does not count.
Okay.
For me, I think I wore like a Boca Shell necklace
Ooh.
for a little bit. That was cool.
It was cool at the moment.
It was cool for like 2 years, but I wore it like 4 years after that, and that was not cool.
See, I wore one, but it was just on like a vacation down to Florida or something.
That's where I wore mine too. Yeah.
And I felt pretty cool. I took it off as soon as I got home, though. I'm like,
yep.
I'll get made fun of so much here in Calgary.
Absolutely. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home?
Oh, God, where to begin?
I've answered this in a different podcast, so I won't answer this one. But this is one of those thinking questions because...
This is. Because I've been to so many people's houses. Which one sticks out to me as weird that something I wouldn't have?
Is there anything weird in my house?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think most people have a podcast set up. I mean,
That's true.
you walk in the basement, and if you don't know he's doing YouTube videos or podcasts, you'd be like, what's this for?
That's actually happened. We had to
Yeah.
get our furnace worked on,
Yeah.
and they installed a chimney thing in the back, and they walked through, and they're like, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
And I had to explain everything.
I find I completely understand why people do it, but the way in our house when we were a kid, we didn't have picture frames or pictures or like magnets on the fridge and everything. So it's a very kind of like clean, sleek look that my mom always wanted. So seeing people that have pictures on their walls and everything, it's not weird, but it's different to me. So, and pretty much every house has, those family pictures on the wall and, your kids' drawings on the fridge and all that.
So at home, do you have magnets on the fridge?
Nothing on the fridge.
Nothing on the fridge?
Like very few pictures, unless they're like art pictures. No like family pictures or anything, or like me and my girlfriend, we don't really like that. So,
Because some people, like, they go away, they collect magnets if you go to the Caribbean.
Which is absolutely fine. Like, I'm not bashing it at all. Like
No,
I said,
yeah.
99% of people seem to have that. So
Yeah.
it's just different for me.
What do you collect? Like, if you went to the Caribbean, is there something you buy down there to collect other than Hawaiian shirts?
When I went to the Bahamas, the only thing I really bought was a really nice fancy like cologne.
Ooh.
It was like $400.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'd say you spent some money down there if you're buying $400 colognes.
I'd bring back a nice bottle of liquor, whether it was rum or whatever that area has.
That makes sense. You're a bartender.
Yeah.
You like to enjoy.
If I could find like the local hockey team jersey, I would consider bringing that back. But I feel like I don't collect a lot, even though the things I do collect are expensive.
Like jerseys?
Yeah. I like a nice cigar. I'd bring one of those back.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. What would you bring back? Are you magnet?
I'm not big into magnets. I always buy magnets for other people.
Yeah.
Just to kind of
Mika
give away.
likes his magnets.
Mika loves magnets. For me, it'd probably be pens and notepads from hotel rooms.
Oh, yeah. He told me that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told mom and dad are in the UK right now, and they asked me what I want for a souvenir. I said, don't really want a shirt or a hat or anything like that. Every hotel room you go in, get the pen and the notepad like these. I for whatever reason, I collect those. I like having pens from all different hotels around the world and stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited for them to get back.
That'd be a cheap one to collect.
So it's free.
Free. Just steal it.
Absolutely. Easy
All right.
peasy. Next question. What embarrassing items do you hate buying in a store?
Toilet paper.
We already had this conversation, but I thought it was worthy of asking you on camera so you could explain it to everyone.
There's just no distinguished way of buying it. I mean, walking around with 48 rolls of toilet paper.
Everyone
You
knows.
see the hot chick in the line behind you, and you're like, damn, she knows what I'm doing when I get home.
She knows I'm going to poop when I get
Yeah,
home.
exactly. I mean, she probably doesn't even need this stuff. She doesn't poop.
Yeah, girls don't poop. They
No,
don't buy toilet paper.
Exactly. And it's just, yeah.
So you told me that you make your girlfriend buy
Whenever
toilet
I
paper.
can. She'll usually refuse and make me do it anyway, but I'm like, okay, it's your turn this time, and then I end up having to buy it. So
Does
she's
she get
getting out of
embarrassed
it.
like you do? Is that for
Probably.
the same reason?
Yeah. I would imagine so. I mean, almost any hygiene product, you kind of feel not embarrassed, but you like try to hide it a little bit under all the food items in the cart or something.
Yeah, because everyone knows what you're going to do with
Yeah.
that item. Like it's
Condoms or something like that. I mean, you see the old lady at the counter, and you're like,
yeah,
man, I should be ashamed of what I'm about to do. And
she's going to judge you
Yeah.
so much. Yeah,
things like that.
that's understandable. Yeah.
Do you have something else that would be different, or?
Oh no, I pretty much agree with that. Like a plunger,
Yeah.
something like that. Like
Oh, yeah, that one would be bad.
if you're buying a plunger, like something's going down at home. And it's
Yeah.
not, you need a little bit something more than toilet paper.
We did that when we moved out on our own. The last place that we had, it was like our roommates. It was just there when we moved in, and we moved into our own place. And we're like, crap, we need a plunger just in case.
Yeah,
And I
just
felt,
in case.
yeah, I felt that when I was in line buying it. I'm like, I swear I don't need it now, but just in case.
Yeah, there's a situation at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the only thing you bought? Like,
Yep.
That's the worst, because if you go to the store and you're buying some other things, but if you just go to the store and just buy a plunger, there's a
Buy the
situation
plunger and toilet paper at the same time.
Yeah, there's a situation that needs attending to. Okay, next question. If someone asked to be your apprentice, what are some of the things that you would teach them?
I'm a terrible teacher. I hate training new bartenders. The only thing I might be able to do is teach a little bit of hockey stuff. I've got a pretty good wrist shot, so I can teach maybe that, but or what to look for in a fake jersey or something, or how to buy jerseys.
I mean, like you pay so much attention to detail as far as the numbers and the way that things are put onto a jersey, the little threads and stuff. You could probably do a whole
I could have
class.
my own podcast.
You could have your own podcast. You could have your own class of just teaching people how to spot fakes and how to put a name on the back of a jersey correctly and that kind of stuff.
But again, I'm just not a very like personable person. So
I'm not either.
How I have my own YouTube channel is mind-boggling, and how people actually watch it is mind-boggling.
I feel that every day. Yeah.
Except you're a lot more successful at it. So
I just got lucky though. I started at a good time and things snowballed, so I got lucky that way.
What would you teach someone? You're a pretty good photographer and stuff.
Photography, I could probably do that.
You showed our Finnish friend how to take pictures at night.
Yeah, we went to a little field a couple of days ago and showed Mika how to take some night photos.
Yeah.
I think he got some okay shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
So photography. Oh, man. There's not a lot of things I know about. Maybe some like video editing stuff or like how to set up something like this with a mixer and the mics and lighting and stuff like that. I really don't know much about anything, so I don't have a lot of answers for this question, unfortunately. I'm not a very interesting person. Yeah. How often do you people watch?
All the time.
Is it one of your favorite things to do? Me too.
Because I'm very like, what's the word, introvert? Like
me too.
Yeah, I'm very quiet. I don't really talk until spoken to. So I feel kind of creepy sometimes, but there'll just be times where I'll just watch everyone.
Yeah, I just find it interesting. Sometimes, depending on who I'm with, I'll have fake conversations. Like if two people are talking or whatever, I'll do one voice and the next other person will do the other voice.
Me and my girlfriend do that when we go to the mall.
She likes to people watch too?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I think she's just more shallow. She likes to make fun of people. So that's why she'll do that.
Is she going to listen to this podcast?
I doubt it.
You better hope she doesn't. She might not like what you just said.
She's cool.
People watching is awesome. Yeah. I usually do it on vacation. I love to watch people on vacation.
Different countries, you can kind of spot them and everything.
100%.
Who's the tourist?
Yeah.
As long as they're not wearing, the T-shirt that says "I'm not a tourist."
Yeah.
Get that from Mika.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have kids. I don't plan to have kids anytime soon.
Nope. Same.
But I find it interesting
watch
parents and how they deal with their children in certain situations.
Be like, that kid's going to grow up to be really respectful, or that kid's going to grow up to be a brat.
100%.
He's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, like you got this family that the kids are just going nuts in the store, and the mom's like looking on the back of a thing and not paying attention to them. Yeah, not even trying.
Yeah.
And then you have other families that have kids on leashes and stuff.
Yeah.
I just find that really interesting.
I know. It's so weird.
Yeah. What job would you be terrible at?
Anything technology related. IT stuff, computer stuff. I mean, I feel like my age, I was kind of right in that area where people around my age are really good at computer type stuff. I just missed that boat.
Dang.
Looking at your mixer and all your setup here, I'm like, it would take me years to figure out how to do that.
No. You just plug things in and turn a few dials.
Editing my videos that I do on my channel, man, it is a process.
How long does it take you?
I'm ashamed to even tell you.
No, tell me.
Like, it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 days sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I'll get a video done and I'm like, nice. There's other videos that I have that are like really short and super easy and I can do them like that, but I'm getting better. But yeah, I still...
What would you...
Like, when you guys are sitting there talking about all the, like, the computer terminology and everything, in one ear, out the other. I am like,
What do you use for editing software?
Just the
iMovie or whatever it's called?
And it's super easy.
Would you consider investing in...
I really want to. I do, but the only thing is the price tag. They're usually...
I pay about $80 some Canadian a month.
A month, see.
For all the Adobe software.
If I was able to make YouTube like a full-time job and career, but since I kind of just do it as a little side hobby.
Yes.
And I don't think I can justify $80 a month or whatever.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
In your position, I feel like it's worth it. Like the production value you have on your videos, is quite good.
Almost necessary. I actually had the entire suite before I started this channel because
Yeah.
of photography and stuff.
Yeah.
So I already had all the software, but I got to use it for this, and it works well. I have it down to pretty much a science now. I've done over 1,000 videos, so it's I just kind of have things set up in Premiere. I drag and drop the footage, adjust a few things, and then export it. So
That's awesome. Like, yeah, if I could figure out if it was worth it for me, I would definitely do it.
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, maybe someday you can get that going, and that's one of the things I can help you with, I guess. One of
Yeah.
the specialties that.
There we go. He can teach me.
There you go. Second last question I have for you. Where would you spend all your time if you could? This could be, you could say the Caribbean, you could say an arena, you could say space.
I would probably pick Hawaii, or somewhere maybe in Europe, like the countryside in France or something like that. But I would have to have access to hockey.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't live like even if it's just a net on like out in the street or something. As long as I have a hockey net with me somewhere.
Would you live in a house that was an arena? Like if you had an arena, if you were a billionaire, you built yourself an arena, and your house
Yeah.
was a part of the arena.
Yeah, I would definitely. There was frick, who was it? Like the Nasher, he has like his own YouTube channel, and Jeremy from How to Hockey. They all went down to like some really rich billionaire guy's house in like Arizona or something.
Whoa.
For like the NHL World Tournament or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really spectacular looking house that they had. They had like a full size like basketball court, tennis court, golf, hockey arena. Like this guy was well off. And so if you could have something like that,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
definitely.
That'd be
but
awesome.
as far as like geography wise, somewhere like in the Caribbean or somewhere in France like that.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, I have not. So I don't know what would be waiting for me. But you see it in like people's vlogs or in movies or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the waterfalls.
Yep, it's expensive to go there. I've never been for that reason. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
But whenever I do get there, it's going to be a
I
trip
feel
of
like
a
it would be,
lifetime.
I don't know if maybe safer is the right word than like somewhere in the Caribbean because the Caribbean gets pounded with storms constantly.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's like in Hawaii since I've never
lots of
been in that area.
volcanoes.
I think I would take that over, hurricanes and typhoons. Well, they probably have typhoons over on that side as well by Hawaii.
With a volcano, you can choose not to live near
Yeah.
a volcano for the most part.
Yeah.
In the Caribbean, you can't move an island to avoid a storm, so
Yeah.
you just have to buckle down and kind of try and survive. So
And
yeah,
I like the West Coast, so I feel like Hawaii would be better for me.
awesome. I would probably say something very similar.
Yeah.
Somewhere nice and warm, not too warm. The Caribbean is deadly humid in certain
I like
times of
humidity.
year. What?
I'm all for humidity.
No,
Oh man.
too much humidity.
Yeah,
here
come to
in the
Calgary
summer.
and it's all dry.
Bring it on.
I have to like buy moisturizer on a monthly subscription pretty much.
Jeez.
Like it's bad.
Here it's a complete opposite. In the summertime, it gets so sweaty and just gross.
Makes my hair look fantastic.
You need some Atlantic Canadian
Yeah.
air. Okay, this is my last question, I believe. What one thing do you want but can't afford?
An Aston Martin. I love those cars. I would love an Omega watch. I almost bought one of those in the Bahamas actually, but I decided I should probably not put myself in that much debt to get that.
How much is it?
It's like I think $4,000 something for a watch, but it's sexy as all hell.
Dang.
I would like more jerseys, season tickets to an NHL team.
That'd be
I
awesome.
could go on and on. Yeah, when
Did
you're
you pick the Aston Martin because of James Bond?
yeah, I'm a huge Bond fan. So
I would
about you?
say a wife.
Ooh.
No.
Ladies.
What do I want, but I can't afford? Probably a house. I
Yeah.
really like right now in PEI. There's a housing market. We've spoken about this
Yeah.
off camera. 4 hours west of me, there's Fredericton, New Brunswick. If you take a house that's worth $200,000 there, and you move it here to the island, that house would be $400,000 to $500,000. So it's really the prices of the cost of living has really skyrocketed here on Prince Edward Island. It's becoming almost impossible to save to buy a house. So
See, I have no interest in buying a house.
really, why?
I want to move. I want to live different places. I don't want to be committed or stuck to one area.
And I feel like I am stuck to this
Yeah.
place because of all this.
Like I said, I would love to live in Hawaii. I would love to live in Vancouver
That'd be
Island,
awesome.
somewhere in Europe for a bit of time, anywhere almost in the States, Florida, South Carolina.
Mhm.
You know, I don't want to have that feel like tied down to a house.
What about your girlfriend? Does she want to
I think she does.
go all these places with you?
I'd bet on $100 on it.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Well, if she watches this, and
I know she wants to move
declined-
out to Vancouver Island really bad. So
Yeah, you guys used to actually
Yeah.
mention that a couple times this week, and for good reason. That's a beautiful part of Canada.
So I mean, will it ever happen? I don't know, but I don't want to limit myself. And I don't know. You like plan on staying on this side of the country or this side of the world for good?
To be honest, I would like to move, but I feel like I kind of obligated to keep this channel going and the
You couldn't do
consistency.
that from somewhere else.
I guess I could, but I mean,
I know like a lot of viewers would probably stop watching just because your dad wouldn't be on the channel.
exactly. So there's so many people who specifically watch just for Brent, so I would be taking a loss of views and subscribers and stuff. And
But I feel like you could always do something regardless in this realm of YouTube and everything. You could start a different channel or something. Like,
who knows?
you have, what, 45
Nah, it's like 42, something like that.
people watching you. I mean, I'm sure a good chunk of those would follow you to a different
They might.
realm.
Yeah, they
Not
might.
all of them. Some of them strictly care just about hockey or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But-
yeah. To be honest, I'd say the dream channel that I would have is a travel
I
vlogger.
was just about to say that
Yeah.
would be the coolest thing.
I'm not the best vlogger by any means, but
We can get
it's a
Mika's
lot
help.
of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
get Mika on board. That'd be awesome, just to travel around and to be able to afford to do that would be epic.
Yeah.
So
We'll bring Mika over and we'll go to California or something and just vlog the whole thing.
yeah, actually, I want to do the road trip that I did last year. So I went from Vegas to Horseshoe Bend, which is in Page, Arizona, and then back to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then Vegas to Reno to San Francisco down to Southern California, across Death Valley back to Vegas to Phoenix all the way up to Page, Horseshoe Bend, up through Utah to Salt Lake City, and then Salt Lake City back to Vegas.
Yeah.
That was an incredible road trip. I'd love to do almost the exact same thing again.
So where would be where would you start and where would you want to end as like a perfect road trip in North America? Well, 'cause for me, I would want to start like in Calgary, where I live.
Yeah.
Go down through like British Columbia, like take the highway along the coast and the west coast, like Portland and Oregon.
It's like Washington, Oregon, California, yeah.
Go through Texas, go down to like Florida, come back up through South Carolina, make your way up to New York.
Do the whole big loop,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much circle.
That would be awesome. It would take a long time.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to drive across Canada. I still haven't done that.
No.
So that, for me,
I think that one would be boring driving across Canada.
it would. I
There's
would do
a
it just
lot
to
of
do
prairie.
it. Yeah. Like I drive from coast. I'm at a coast now. I'd
Yeah.
go to Vancouver and then I'd just do the same thing, just kind of go down the coast and up
Yeah.
and around. It would take probably like 2 months to do it properly. You wouldn't want to rush it. You would
No,
want to take your
absolutely,
time.
yeah. Stop and enjoy the scenery.
Yeah,
and
2 to
stuff,
3 months over a summer, something like that.
That'd
would
be
be
fantastic.
awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like picking somewhere to live, I'm not opposed to moving outside of Canada, but I feel like it's really difficult for work. Like I would live in the States, but I feel like it's really difficult for me to move to the States because I'm not like a nurse or
Yeah.
someone or a scientist or someone that they need. I'm some stupid idiot in a basement on YouTube,
Fair enough.
like making videos. Like, what am I going to bring to that country, right? So I do have some other skills.
Go
and
to
work
LA and live the dream.
Yeah.
I'm a content creator, guys.
Honestly, I'd like to live in Colorado. I love the state of Colorado. I think it would be awesome to live there. I don't think I'd live in Florida. To me, Florida is one of those places that you visit and not live.
Yeah, I think it would ruin it for you because it's
Yeah.
really special and really cool to visit. But living there, I think, would be
Yeah,
interesting.
and that's how I see California a little bit as well. So,
See, I think I could live in California because I've never been.
oh, okay.
So
It's
be cool.
It's definitely more of a. If I were to choose California or Florida to live in. I mean, I'm going to choose California every day of the week. But as far as different countries other than the United States, I'm not sure I could live in Russia or any country that like doesn't speak English, that's so far removed from English. I have really struggled with other languages. So
do Scandinavia, like they're very well English. They're very good English speakers, as I am not.
I live in Finland.
Yeah. Sweden, Norway.
I don't know if I'd live in Sweden. I'd consider it. I'd probably live in Norway. I'd live in Germany.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd live in Spain or Portugal or Italy. I definitely wouldn't live in France. No offense. I know you're a big France guy, but I get enough French people here that I don't want to listen to anyone else speak French. Japan's interesting, but it's really it's really expensive, and it's earthquake central over there, it seems. So
I never even considered Japan. I don't know if I could do that.
I would live in Russia if it was a city that did have some English in it, or if I knew someone who could help me.
It would have to be a Moscow or a St. Petersburg.
Yeah, something like that would have some
you
English
wouldn't
influence.
want to go somewhere in Siberia.
No, thanks. Not interested in that. I get that enough, that temperature enough over here in Canada. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good. Something good to think about, though. You never know what will happen.
Okay, I know we already asked this one in the last podcast that you guys did, but I want to know what your perfect burger is, because we're both very picky.
Right.
And that was my favorite question that I
so you weren't in that podcast. You were and
I don't
you were watching.
But I don't remember if you gave your answer or not.
I didn't, actually.
Yeah, so I got to know this one.
If I did, I don't remember what I said, but I remember thinking about what my perfect burger was, and then I asked them the question, what about bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Because for me, the perfect burger has bacon. But I like a thin patty. I don't like some people like really, really thick burgers. That's totally fine.
Yep.
That's not for me. We have something here every April called Burger Love. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it sounds intriguing, though.
buddy.
I'm interested.
It's a contest between all the restaurants around Prince Edward Island. They all make their own unique burger. Some of them are like this tall.
Yeah.
Some of them have like really, really thick burgers. Those don't interest me at all. I like just a simple, like barbecued, like overdone, a little bit of burnt burger with lots of mustard, a little bit of ketchup, and some bacon.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Just a super simple, boring burger.
Nice.
What about you?
Very somewhat similar, just plain, like nice toasted bun, burger patty. I'm not, too picky whether it's thicker or thinner. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I usually will do like a double burger anyway, so it's a little bit thicker. Some nice melted cheese, bacon. Call it a day.
I forgot about cheese. Yeah.
No sauce, no toppings or anything.
No.
My thing is if the burger is good enough, the meat is like good enough quality. You shouldn't need all that other.
I agree.
Gross stuff.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
What about as far as cooking? Like, do you prefer barbecue, like in a pan?
I like barbecue.
Broiled.
Broiled is good. Given the first choice, I would take like barbecue, any type of like grill.
Would you like
it
it
the best?
Bloody or?
We don't really get that in Canada unless you cook it yourself on the barbecue.
Yeah, we don't.
If you go to a restaurant here, they'll just bring you it. That's not really.
Yeah,
they'll never ask you.
It's not very popular in Canada. We don't.
I think there's
that.
health regulations that don't allow it.
Mm.
There's one restaurant in Calgary that does it, and when I went there and they asked me that, I was like, "What? Like, are you actually like asking me?" Like,
yeah, like, what do you? That's dangerous.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna get fired here.
Exactly. What about steak? Do you like steak?
I love steak.
Do you like it bloody or well done? Or
I used to like it well done, and then I got a really burnt, like really, really well done steak, and I think they were trying to teach me a lesson or something. So now I'll do medium rare, or medium. I'll kind of flip flop.
I like well done.
Oh, yeah,
but a little bit of blood's fine. But yeah, any other questions for me?
Celebrity man crush or woman crush, doesn't matter. Who's like your idol? Like,
celebrity man crush.
Doesn't have to be like like a Hollywood star, but just someone. I know you said Neil Armstrong, I think, in one of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm named after Neil Armstrong.
Can't pick him,
He's
though.
like my idol.
Yeah.
As far as crush,
like someone that you would just die to be best friends with, or hang out, or just pick their brain. Or that you just think is a really good person.
We talked about him the other day, and I forgot his name then too, and I forget now. Who's the dude from Interstellar? And the dude
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. I could just listen to him talk all day.
Yeah.
And I feel like he'd have stories from when he was a kid out in the bayou fishing or something like that. So I would probably choose him just to listen to.
Yeah.
As far as girl, it used to be Elizabeth Olsen for the longest time, but recently I watched her in an interview where she wasn't acting and she was just being herself, and I was like, man, she got nothing from me.
Oh,
so
darn.
I would say that I actually don't have a female celebrity crush at the moment.
He's looking.
Yeah, I'm looking. So any celebrities out there, if you want, if you want some attention, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. What about yourself?
JFK.
JFK. That's a very lady answer. Like
He's one of my, like, I love history. JFK's my go-to.
there's a lot of women who would say the same thing.
Yeah.
For obviously good reason. I mean, he's a
Handsome.
boss.
Yeah.
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Listening to him talk, his voice.
Yeah.
And everything.
He's got a very unique accent. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as like a women crush, Margot Robbie. I'm pretty sure she's a Rangers fan.
Margot Robbie. That
The
name
one
sounds
from
familiar.
like Harley Quinn, the
Oh,
girl from Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
And I always see her in the Rangers stand wearing a Rangers jersey. That's how you get me.
And you're a Rangers fan, so
Yeah.
okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
What about your girlfriend? Who's her celebrity crushes?
Oh my God. She loves Leo.
Oh, how could you not like Leo?
Yeah. I don't know. She loves Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
She's like, I would leave you for
Oh,
her
wow.
any day.
You've just been
Yeah.
kicked to the curb
Yeah.
there for Angelina.
Who's the guy who played Aquaman?
I didn't see that movie. I don't know.
He's a really big, buff dude, beard. Like, he looks like he could just destroy any human being he comes in contact with.
He wasn't the dude in
Jason something. Momoa, or
Is he the dude that's in Game of Thrones?
I never saw that show.
Me either.
Yeah. No, you didn't watch Game of Thrones. Wow.
Only season 1, and when it first came out like 6 or 7 years ago.
Very
so.
rare to find another person that
I
doesn't
know.
watch it.
Yeah.
You get that crammed down your throat 24/7.
Yeah. Spoilers and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. I know who you're talking about though. He's got like dark slicked back hair and a beard.
Yeah, tattoos.
Hmm.
But I feel like that's a lot of girls' man crush. He's
Yeah.
intimidating.
Yeah, intimidating. What about The Rock? Do you
I love The Rock as much as anyone else.
The Rock is
I would
awesome.
leave my girlfriend for him.
The Rock is awesome.
I loved wrestling when I was a kid, so seeing all the success he's had outside of that is really cool.
It's phenomenal, really.
Yeah,
Like if you look back at old clips of The Rock and see how much he's changed, like you can still see the appealing personality back
Yeah.
then. Like you could see the potential.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's really cool to see how far that he came in his career and his life and
Unbelievable.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
he's in his 50s, and he's absolutely jacked.
He's
Like,
jacked. He looks like he's probably 30.
Yeah,
Like
unbelievable.
yeah.
If you want any motivation to go to the gym, just watch a couple of videos of him.
His Instagram's pretty good.
Yeah.
Twitter, he does a lot of like funny videos
Yeah.
and cool stuff. So
I
yeah.
know when he just had like a layover or something, or no, I think he was filming something in Banff or something, and he was in Calgary, and the whole city just was like, "Oh my God, we got to go find him."
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Interesting. He's like, yeah, I think it was him that I heard that might run for office.
I hope he
or
does.
something like
I
that,
would
or for
vote
president
him
or
if I had
something.
the choice.
Yeah, he would be an awesome president.
He would be intimidating. He wouldn't let other countries push him around.
Yeah, you listen to Putin.
Yeah.
You think
That's the
you can
only
ri-
person that Putin might be afraid of.
Yeah, the Rock would literally
Lay the
get on a
smack down.
horse and ride shirtless just to throw it in Putin's face. Yeah,
He's probably already done it.
he's probably already done it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this probably wraps up this podcast. Thanks you so much, Kale, for joining me. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
letting
it.
me on. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, dream
Check-
come true.
Check this off the bucket list.
For anyone who is interested in jerseys or hockey in general, definitely go check out Kale's channel over at Vesper Hockey Inc. on
Yes.
YouTube. He's definitely on Twitter and some other social media accounts as well.
Got a flight to catch here
Yeah, you got a flight to catch. You leave in,
pretty soon.
what time is it?
About an hour.
Yeah, you leave in about an hour. So this is your last hour in the land of Canada. You'll be back again someday,
In the
probably.
land of Canada. I'm still flying back to the other side of
No,
Canada.
Atlantic Canada.
Oh, Atlantic.
I mumble. I'm
I
a
thought you said the land of
the
Canada.
land of Canada.
I'm like, oh.
I should have said that. No,
Mika and everyone else, they left the land of Canada.
they did leave the land of Canada yesterday. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for listening or watching. If you could hit the subscribe button down below. If you're on YouTube, if you're listening through a podcast app or something like that, feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or Google Play Music or whatever podcatcher you have. So hope you're having a good day, and we'll see you in the next Havin a Yak. Adios.